We rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. This is it, huh?
Sweet.
Are we talking over the intro?
Well, this is how it always starts.
Wow. This is really, really cool. This is really cool. I've never,
cool.
like, we're talking over an intro right now.
That's
Well, we were. The intro's
we
over
were,
now.
yeah, the intro's over. That's your fault.
This is the first time you guys did this.
Okay.
So
if we
John
blew that
Lewis, your host. Today I have Miguel Lozano.
Hey.
Very funny. Well,
Shut
somewhat
up.
funny.
Don't start.
Well,
Hey.
comedian from Lubbock, Texas. He's in here with us.
You're the whole
Talking
reason.
shit.
I'm the whole reason you got involved in comedy in the first place.
You know, you're right, Dad. You know what you're like? This is what this podcast is right now, right? So my thing with comedy is you were the deadbeat dad, right? You're the guy, you inseminated my career into this, right?
Yeah.
Like you kicked me into the world, right?
Yeah.
And then you abandoned me, right? So which is
Okay.
good. I'm so glad you gave me life. You know,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
I'm not ungrateful
It's
for that.
one of those bird things where I just kick you out of the fucking nest and see if you can fly.
Well, it's more like just a sperm donor situation than a bird thing. Because at least the bird hangs around for the egg to hatch, right? You were just like the squirt of fucking seed. That, you know?
Technically, you were the squirt of seed if we're going by that analogy.
I guess I was. You were the sperm donor that gave my thing life. So what happened with me was, like, we were, like, I wanted to do it for a while.
Yeah.
And so I came out, saw one of the bigger, like, showcases.
Yeah,
and
I remember
thought,
that.
okay, I'll go to an open mic, right? So I
Yeah.
went out to this open mic. And Miguel was there at the bar, and I was like, "Who's this weirdo coming here to watch fucking stand up?" You know. And so I sat down next to him.
you just started talking.
We just started talking, and we had a good conversation. He's
Yeah.
like, "Dude, you should just go up." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, you want to go up?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And so he told me to go up. I went up. I was awful, but one or two jokes landed.
Yeah, you had a couple of lands.
So like you don't need everything to work out. You just need like a good laugh, you know,
just
to
need
like
that-
get hooked.
It's like the catalyst.
Yeah, or like it's just like it's like fucking crack to a comedian because it's like you just
Yeah,
get that
I mean,
little taste. You know
That,
what
that
I mean?
first laugh. Like, I remember I started... I started the day Ant-Man came out.
Oh, Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Okay. The
that
way
is-
you pronounced that sounded like it was like a new Tyler Perry movie, Ant-Man.
Oh, I thought you were saying he started the day that his aunt came out.
The day that his aunt came out.
I mean, that could have worked too. I mean,
It's like,
that's...
good for
His
her.
aunt
His-
named Man.
it
And I was
happened the
about to
same
ask,
day.
I've never heard that Hispanic name. And wouldn't you say Tia?
Yeah. I mean, Jose now, but whatever.
La tia
de
man.
Jose.
Americana. Can you say Americana? Is that a word you can use?
Not publicly.
American. You can say American.
Maricon. Not publicly. But anyways, the day Ant-Man came out was the day that I started doing comedy.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you said Coke.
What?
I thought you said the day Ant-Man came out was the day I started doing Coke.
Oh, he didn't say the day
Yeah.
he started doing coke was the day Ant-Man came out. That's
I
not
said
something
you
that
must have
happens.
been like maybe 5 years old.
What?
Well,
How old were you when Ant-Man came out?
yeah, Ant-Man. When did that come
Okay,
out?
the movie came out in 2015.
Oh, that's not that long ago.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Okay,
Ant-Man.
I was thinking of, like that knockoff from Bug's World or Bug's
A,
Life.
a Bug's Life.
The Ant Bully.
No, it's
Or
like,
Ants. It was just Ants.
Ants.
Yeah, that was
That-
Ants.
that's
Oh
what-
shit! I never saw that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
why I was like, you must have been 5 when that came out.
And no, I was not
Okay.
5 when that came out. I was like,
That must have been a colossally
I was like
bad
11.
movie, right?
yeah, I was bad. I was like 11 when that movie came out.
Can I drop a couple gripes on you guys?
Go for it.
Just for a second. The podcasts have gotten shitty. Like, they've gotten really fucking dumb, right? And I want to give you the number one stupid ass podcast that I'm thinking of right now.
Okay.
This podcast is fucking white, fucking normal ass NPR lady, right? She goes into jail and talks about the most uninteresting shit possible with a bunch of cons, right?
Yeah.
There's so much good things you could talk about on that podcast, right? And it's so shitty, right? It's toned down to the point where you could listen to it with like your little kid, right?
Right.
And it would be perfectly okay. So
But
much
she's
interesting
talking to
shit happens to
ex-cons.
jail. She's talking to ex-cons, people
Yeah.
who strangle people, right?
Yeah.
There's so much interesting content there, and it's terrible, right? She's
Yeah.
completely gentrified this thing. It went up for awards last year, right? Like, and it's a terrible fucking podcast. No fucking interest to it whatsoever. And to put the fucking cherry on the fucking top of this fucking shit cake is that it's called Ear Hustle.
What?
The name of this fucking podcast is called Ear Hustle.
Ear Hustle.
The whitest, most NPR, toned down bullshit name you could possibly come up with for a fucking podcast. And
Okay.
that's what it's called.
Well, nowadays I think that podcasts have become a thing where people just, I'm interesting. I've done this. I'm going to talk about it and see if people will listen to me.
Yeah.
That's
But maybe
all it's
that's
become.
what all it has to be.
I mean, sometimes it's all it has to be, but sometimes there's a way to make a point.
Sure.
Like a lot of times, what you want to do is you want to try and make a point. Like, okay, today I was trying to make a point about politics. The whole reason being is because Jimmy Kimmel did something the other day where he introduced a couple of Trump supporters to a DACA recipient.
Oh, fuck.
And like they were all sitting down in a room, and he was saying, "Why do you want her to leave this country?" Now, the DACA recipient, she had a 6-month-old daughter, and her husband, or her fiance, is a National Guardsman that's about to be deployed to
That
Afghanistan.
probably wasn't heavy at all, was it?
That was. I was sitting there like, "Holy shit! What are these people going to tell her?" And they said,
God.
"You need to go back to your country and do the proper steps." The problem was that her daughter, being born in the United States, is an American citizen.
Right.
Her fiance is an American citizen. He's about to be deployed.
Jesus.
Her whole family is back in Mexico. Her parents already passed away. And they told her that she needs to go back to Mexico and go do it the right way.
Dumb.
And that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part of it was that everybody in the comment section is like, he needs to just stick to comedy and get out of politics. That's what he needs to do. And the thing is that as a group, comedians are probably the best people to talk about politics.
Right.
Because comedians do research.
Yeah.
The worst feeling as a comedian is to go up on stage, say your bit, somebody just straight up stands up and says, "No, that's actually wrong.
Right.
That's incorrect.
Right.
You're not right." And it's not that they're not heckling you, it's just you're misinformed.
Sure.
That's the worst feeling in the world. So
Yeah,
we
that's
want
a
to get
shit
our
feeling.
information right. That way we have a legitimate point to come across. That way
That's true.
if somebody heckles us, it's like, "No, I'm actually right. Go look this shit up. Go over there. Do it. Shut them down."
I think comedians can affect change in that they can make anyone look like an asshole.
Well, yeah.
Like so quickly. And so you can take anyone in the world, right? And you can turn that shit around on them so quick. So I have a bit, like in one of my sets, right?
Yeah.
Where I talk about my Chinese brother, right?
Yeah.
Which, like, what's up,
Oh,
man?
hey, what's going
Kendall
on?
just walked in.
Kendall
How you doing, sir?
Smith Rodriguez
Good.
Have a seat.
didn't even let me know anything about my Super
Yeah,
Bowl
it's all
party.
right, dude. This is the new studio. Mr. Daniel here has got us set up. We have an intro now.
Holy cannoli,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. It's fucking crazy.
This is like
No, you're
the
good, man.
lab.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It really is like the Mad Professor's lab. in here.
Seriously, look at all those buttons.
Oh, I know,
Yeah, man.
right? Don't you have buttons at your job?
Yeah.
Yeah, you work
I
at
work
it.
You
at
work at a
9
studio.
I do. That's why I'm
Look
so
at him.
impressed.
Your
Look
studio is a lot nicer than this one, probably.
It is, but I own 0 of it.
Well, okay, Joe owns that property.
Exactly.
Go slap Joe.
He's a great-
Tell him to give me my shit.
Joe Minaldi?
Joe
Yeah.
Minaldi. You know Joe?
I know he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the
like
time,
all
he's a
of
good guy.
us. He owns Studio 19 and Headhunters next door.
Yeah, he also owns Halls of Horror.
Yeah, and Amp Electric.
Yeah, I know Halls of
And
Horror
me.
because I've worked for Joe for like 6 years.
But
No
all of these
shit.
things are
Yeah.
bastions of Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
there.
that's
He
valid.
might as well
To
own
our
Lubbock.
100 listeners that
But
live in
he
San
owns,
Francisco.
You know, like a certain demographic of Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
He's like the king of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like
Yeah.
he also owns half of Ransom Canyon too.
Really?
Yeah, like he has like 3 houses out there. I think.
We live in a town where one person can own half of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
like
about.
it's kind of weird because
Well,
it's like a cattle baron town.
I think our town is divided between Joe and Wes.
Right.
I really
Well,
think.
in a certain market, but like the Beaten Bows own a lot.
Yeah,
True.
Peyton Bowes.
I don't know
Those-
about Bart
those
Rager how
shit
much
a
he
lot.
owns. but I
Rager
just
has
pay-
his dick in everything.
He-
That's all there is
Rager
to
Dykes
it.
has his face on everything, but not his dick and everything.
Yeah.
Like
We don't
if
know
Lubbock
that.
is a pussy,
It's a
he's
different
definitely eating out that pussy, but he's not fucking it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, fair enough. Well, unless you go get a car from him, and in which case you're gonna be upside down for the rest of your life.
Is that true?
I'm dead
But
serious.
then he'll sell a car to a 5-year-old.
He will sell a
true.
car to
He'll
a
find a
5-year-old.
bank that'll write the freaking car name.
I feel like every town has two
He's
things.
a hustler, y'all.
He is a
You
hustler.
gotta respect.
He's a hustler.
Bart
Bart
Rager.
Rager.
Every,
That's not-
every town has two things, two characters, right? They have
Yeah.
a slip and fall lawyer, right? So we've got
Yeah.
the gorilla in this town, and they have the fucking car salesman.
He used
right?
to be a
And,
strong
like,
arm.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
killed himself. But
every
that's
town has
terrible.
that. So we were talking about. So what was the end of the DACA recipient thing? To get back to that.
Oh, the end of the
So-
DACA recipient. So these people are saying that she needs to go back to Mexico.
Okay.
Where's she gonna go?
Yeah, for sure.
she came here whenever she was 2. She had no say in the matter, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. They don't have a say in the matter.
Right.
And it's like, oh, these DACA recipients, they're getting all their benefits, they're getting all this stuff. No, they're not. There's a certain amount of money that is set aside by the United States government that goes towards foreign policy.
Right.
DACA falls under foreign policy. Any kind of foreign affairs that we get involved in, that money goes towards that.
Right.
It's a specific allocation that was agreed upon by the United Nations.
So what was the reaction when Kimmel had a bunch of these DACA recipients on and matched them with like Trump supporters who were?
Oh
like,
no, it was just one.
in
It was just
favor-
one
oh,
lady
just
and
one
a group
lady.
of DACA and a group of Trump supporters
Okay,
against
so
her.
they like tag teamed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so did
they're
she
all against her.
crack at any point?
Hell no.
No,
She
she
pretty
was-
much told them all, go to hell. And they said, why don't you go get your green card? Why don't you go get your birth certificate? Why don't you get all this stuff? And she said, I've already done that. I've done this. I'm waiting for it. The process itself takes 5 years. I've tried.
Dude, I'm sorry to laugh at this, but I think it is so hilarious when someone can have this much staring them in the face and they just go, fuck you.
Like, you gotta, the set of
there is
balls that you gotta
some
have.
fucking balls. If you can look at someone, that's like someone going to the iPhone factory, looking at a fucking 6-year-old building iPhones and just flipping them off.
Yeah.
That's what that's
Samsung,
like.
dude.
Samsung, yeah, Samsung. iPhone doesn't do that
I'm
shit.
sure Samsung does.
But yeah, they got 14-years-olds. But yeah,
That's good. It's getting better.
The DACA recipients are not allowed to apply for citizenship until they're 16 years old.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's really, really obscure. You have to look at the whole thing.
weird.
The only reason I know that is because my best friend, him and his brother are from Mexico City. It took them 10 years to get citizenship.
Shout out.
It took 10 years for them to get citizenship.
That's crazy, man.
I was working with him whenever he got his citizenship. Like
Wow.
he called into work one day. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna be late today. I gotta get my citizenship," and he did. Went,
Dude,
got it. And
fucking-
he's got a master's degree in political science.
And you know he lays concrete or some shit, right?
Hell no, he works for Ally Bank.
Ally Bank? Fuck, dude. Well, it's crazy because I knew a dude who came here, right? He was a fucking engineer in Mexico, started a concrete laying business. Because, like, they wouldn't fucking, an engineering firm wouldn't hire him because he was out of Mexico. So it's like, we don't fucking, like, you may as well have gotten your degree online, you know?
Yeah, like we don't know. That's Mexican.
Not qualified.
Some Mexican university. How qualified can you get out of a Mexican university? Pretty
Well,
damn
what's
qualified.
crazy is it's so much fucking cheaper, though, because the bar is so much lower. So it's like, I've got... Dude, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. In Mexico, you can be a doctor in like 4 years. My wife has a cousin, and she's a doctor,
What did they
right?
get-
She can get scripts for anything
What?
and like get it across the border, and it costs like $20.
Yeah.
Like you want medication, give her $20, and she'll come back with everything. You didn't even need to see her.
In Mexico, they have diclofenac on the shelf.
What is that?
Diclofenac is a very strong painkiller. It's an over-the-counter medication.
Anything you can buy, you don't even need a script for
You
a lot
don't
of
need,
that shit.
yeah, you don't need a script for any of it. Like,
There's a town right along the border. It's called Molar City, right? And literally, they just have like
Are y'all guys
hundreds
just,
of dentists in
talking
there.
the lingo right now. Just like you don't even need a script.
prescription.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely did just naturally
Sorry.
say script like a Zan head with like,
Yeah.
you know, just like you were very familiar.
Sorry, I don't know why I would look cool if I used fucking pill popper like
Yeah,
smart.
And then
Like,
Miguel was like, actually, they have dermacoloc right on the shelf.
Wow.
You ever drink that with an orange
Holy
in the future?
shit.
Because we,
Damn.
That's a
shit.
shit. That's
John
how you,
Lewis was like,
that's
strict
that's how we
scripts
have a
for
Super Bowl
life.
party.
This is how you party, huh?
Yeah. Speaking of
How
Super
was
Bowl
the Super
parties,
Bowl party?
what the hell happened yesterday?
I am a piece of shit, man. That's all it boils down to.
Oh, don't be so
I-
down on yourself.
Well, don't
Please.
use the podcast to apologize.
Yeah, you
I
can
already
see-
apologized.
yeah,
There's a time and a
I
place,
did.
Kendall.
he did.
did
I'm bringing it up
apologize,
because
too.
I
No,
want
this is a
to hear
safe
his.
place.
Yeah,
This
this is
is
a safe place.
place for real
Judgment-free
shit.
zone.
Okay.
Right.
I'm wearing a Planet Fitness shirt. It's a
I
judgment-free
just
zone.
felt
So,
like-
Miguel, how badly were your feelings hurt?
I felt
Yeah, you
like a shit
fuck.
piece. Like I made all this food.
Did you feel like a fucking idiot inviting him
Yeah.
and him not showing up?
like all this food was sitting on my table.
How
Like
much protein do you have to eat in order to gain like a pound of muscle?
325 grams.
So he did you a favor. 'Cause now you got all this meat to eat.
So positive.
Dude, I love that
You're not gonna do
Daniel
butter.
throws that
Thank
meat
you, yeah.
thing out. Daniel threw that meat thing out, and I had no idea where it was going, and then it just boomeranged right back around, and he caught it. Like the little fucking kid off of Mad Max. Man. We're like, what the fuck's he doing here? He throws it. Oh, that's what he's doing here. What a badass.
It's like a time
I haven't
grenade.
seen Mad Max, but
It's a good,
I know
it's a
what
good
you
fucking
mean.
movie, dude.
It's a good
fucking movie.
Watch the original Mad Max and then Mad Max Thunderdome.
It was never as good as the original.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen
No, never
Shot
was.
This?
No, what's that?
It's a movie starring Damian Marley, and they sell drugs in Jamaica, and then they move to America
Fuck
and
yeah.
like extort some people and sell some more drugs. And
Sounds like my kind of movie.
it's intense. Point is, there's a guy on there named Mad Max, and he's great. He's got like
What is this movie
He's
called?
got it.
Shot This?
Shot This. It's like
Holy
okay,
shit.
so I've known some dope boys, right? And like
Now help me
one-
out with this lingo here. Dope boys. Do you mean a
One-
man who has dope, or do you mean a cool boy?
a man who has narcotics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the voice I want to use anytime I don't understand.
Yeah,
so,
you should, you
So,
should.
so a mule. A mule.
Anyway, yeah, and he loved the hell out of that movie. So that's the whole vibe. Is like guns and drugs.
A movie
And you can't even understand the people talking. You have to read the
The subtitles.
Never seen it.
subtitles.
Accent is
Yeah.
like thick as
There is an
Yeah,
exception.
yeah.
Cool Runnings is the exception to that rule.
That is
where
an
they
exception to
made
that
the
rule.
accent white enough that anyone could understand.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, what I want to
Those
know
four dudes probably weren't
is
even from Jamaica.
how
Oh my God.
two of them work. Two of them work.
Only two.
Only two.
Wow.
Ziggy Marley and Dougie Doug were from Jamaica.
Whoa,
That's
Ziggy
amazing.
Marley was in Cool Runnings,
Yeah.
and then Damian Marley made that movie.
There you go. It all comes
Damn.
full circle.
Yeah,
Wow.
Cool Runnings is actually a prequel. they're out there
You're so full of shit.
getting white. You know what I'm saying? They're getting familiar with that snow.
Right.
And then he comes back from the Olympics and he tells his brother, he's
All
like,
right.
man,
What,
you
what,
should
I,
fuck with the other
what I
snow.
want to know about Cool Runnings is the
Yes,
whole
be
movie took
quiet.
place in Canada. Most of the movie took place in Canada. How the hell are they at a country Texas Western bar in Canada, just like two stepping away?
No, people in Canada love country.
Are you
western
serious?
music. Yeah, dude. Have you heard of an artist named Neil Young?
Yeah.
Okay, fucking Neil Young has like 6 country albums.
Yeah.
They love fucking country music in Alberta, especially.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I don't know a lot about Canada. I have a cousin that lives there, and then I knew some Mennonites that came from Canada,
Yeah.
right? And they like, I don't know what it is about that culture, but like for whatever reason, they call it fucking Texas North because
Really?
like there's so much of an influence from like Western culture up there.
Damn. What about Australia? Because Keith Urban's from Australia.
Whoa, how many places in the world are like Texas? But like like that part of the world's version.
Well,
of
Australia,
There
the
are a
entire
lot of
country
places
is.
that are like Texas.
Yeah.
Fucking
Question.
South Africa, I feel like is a lot like Texas.
Okay.
Like they would secede if Africa got
Yeah,
determined?
definitely. Yeah, the racism's definitely there. I wasn't gonna just straight up go there, but like, yeah, we could. Yeah,
There's a direction that
There's a good
still
direction.
works.
I
a
think
solid
the
direction.
thing
Another
that
reason they're like
reminds
Texas.
me of fucking Texas is how much it's like the Wild West. Like, there's just like fucking craziness all over the place. You know, you
Insane.
watch Dies Antwoord and you're like, oh fuck, like these are just like
Watch what?
Dies Antwoord. You know, have you heard of that
They're a
band?
South African band.
They're a South African band, but they were like trap before trap, basically.
Yeah.
Like
They were like the prequel to Trap.
yeah, like they had like one of the first things I ever saw from them was a music video, and like the opening of this music video is Lady Gaga's running around Johannesburg, right, on like a tour bus, and she gets out of the tour bus, their song kicks on, right, and it's just her being terrorized by different things in South Africa, and then the end of it is she gets an STD, she goes to the fucking gynecologist, she's fucking straddling it like this, right, and this giant monster plops out of her pussy. Right, and that's the fucking end of this Dies Antwoord. Dude, it's so fucking weird.
I'm
And-
about 90% certain they record all their music on the strongest drugs they can find.
Oh, for sure, dude. It's so fucking weird. That like, I can't even explain how. If you're fucking on your computer right now, go look up Dies Antwoord and just see it because it's such a unique, fucking weird experience. You gotta like fucking look at it. I don't
The
know.
Chappie came out, and it
Yeah.
was like watching Snow White die Antwoord. It was a
Dies
children's
Antwoord
movie.
got a movie. Like they've been huge for a while now, right? Like they.
Yeah.
I don't know what Chappie.
I looked
heard
at
the
you
name
and
Chappie.
I thought,
Chappie is a movie about a robot with a heart of gold.
But it
Probably.
was written by that fucking band.
Yeah.
So like they were a cultural phenomenon that I feel like have kind of fizzled out at this point.
Yeah.
But were very big like 2 or 3 years ago. But they were
Yeah.
weird because like they just kind of like.
Yeah, they had like this. They had their whole thing going on.
You ever look
Yeah.
at an artist and you're like, I don't know why this got popular. Like
Psy.
Yeah, Psy's weird because no, I get why he got popular. He got popular because it was what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like you just like, where is this coming from? And it was pretty and it was catchy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
And fucking Oppum Gangnam Style, like it's in Korean and you can still sing it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean that's pretty fucking
All
crazy.
right, do you know who Takeo Ishii is?
No.
Okay, you need to look up Takeo Ishii because he has a song called "Chicken Attack." I don't know if you've heard of it or if you've heard it. It's an amazing song. And then he's got another song. We call it the chicken song. I don't know what it is. Takeo Ishii is a professional yodeler.
What?
He is from Japan. He was raised in Germany.
Okay, but is this dude popular?
Yeah.
Like how many views does his most popular video have on?
Like 2.6 million, I believe.
No, that's not popular.
Yeah.
That's Antwoord has like 20, 30 million.
Well,
like,
for is that no? He's just fucking around with some shit.
Oh yeah, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Producer's doing
Popular
producer
enough,
shit.
though.
He's,
Miguel
Yeah.
I mean,
Something.
popular enough, but Deadpool.
Get around, yeah.
Whenever Deadpool came out, the intro to his movie on all the Alamo Drafthouse
Yeah.
was Chicken Attack.
Oh, crazy.
So it just blew up.
So
from
I got
there.
a boost just off of that.
Yeah, just off Deadpool.
Huh.
Speaking of Deadpool, Disney bought Deadpool, and they're gonna let him stay rated R.
That's good.
I'm all right with that.
Oh wow.
Are you a comic book movie fan, Kendall? Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know anything. I've never been into it. Like I don't know. Like there's some like we live in a weird time, man. Like where like things that used to just be just for kids are like now dad's going to.
Well,
You know
no,
what I
it's
mean?
because we all grew up with it, and now
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
able to see visuals of it. Because I collected comic books whenever I was growing up, and then my house burned down, and lost them all, whatever. But
Sorry about that.
See, and I feel like an interloper if I get into it now because I never collected comic books. I was homeschooled, so I never had my head shoved in the toilet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I haven't earned the right to be a nerd. You know,
I earned the
haven't
right to be a
gone
nerd.
through that rite of passage. So
I got you.
I leave it to
Like,
you.
Gang raped by a group of like angry like football players.
really,
Is it
that
gang
never
raped?
happened to you?
That
No.
That is that's more than bullying, Daniel.
Is
Haven't
there?
consulted a therapist yet,
I've never talked
and
to
or the
anyone about
police.
You have
Kendall, the fucking
this is a
sniper
safe spot.
strikes again.
it. He said if I said anything to anyone, he
This is a safe place.
Kendall,
This is not a safe place. Don't say this on this podcast. This is unsafe. No, I'm just kidding. You should be able to talk about that shit. If you got gang raped by 9 football
you should
players
say
wearing their pads,
you should
in their bathroom,
definitely say it on my podcast
tell
as
it.
200 listeners so
I
that
can't
we
wear
can
a degree
fucking.
because of that shit.
You did what?
I can't wear a degree now.
I mean, there's
Is that
other
what it
deodorants.
smells? That is
Because
a
if I wear a degree, I
detail.
smell it and I just.
Does anyone
That
in
makes me
here
think it's
wear a
real.
degree? If you wear a degree, raise your hand.
It
Do you
makes my
know anyone
armpits itch,
that
man.
wears a degree?
I don't know
But
anyone.
all of them do.
I thought it
gotta
causes-
get
I don't know any adult that wears degree.
I thought it causes cancer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Degree?
Oh no, it was that degree green stripe shit.
Boom.
Green stripe?
Yeah, do you remember that green stripe? Bam Margera was the spokesperson for it.
No, I
Oh,
do
It was
not.
degree.
Oh, speed stick.
Yeah, Speed Stick.
Oh, Speed Stick.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Speed Stick green
Is
stripe.
that the same company?
I don't know. It's a good question.
That is a good question.
If my LTE wasn't
That's
running
why I
low right
asked
now,
it.
and my
That's
phone
why
on
I asked
1%,
it.
Yeah, that
Oh
was,
shit, you
I would
got
look it
limits
up.
on your phone?
I do.
Oh,
I
fuck.
do.
You're living
I
a
know.
hard life.
It is. It is hard out here for a pimp.
So-
I was unlimited while I was on my mom's shit, and then she
Oh,
was
data?
like, "You need to just."
You want the Wi-Fi? I got Wi-Fi.
I only have and a charger. If you have a charger.
And a glass of
Yeah.
milk, please.
hey, can I get like a
You got
dozen
some
eggs?
cereal, nigga? Goddamn honey bunches of oats.
I'll take some.
Okay, you want some granolas?
I can take it.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
If you got a dozen eggs, I'll take those.
It's alright, Grandma's gonna come back with some orange slices.
And like
water.
2 pounds of ground beef.
Now it's just the men.
Now that he's gone,
No, he's
Now,
good.
now that my dumb stepmom's left.
dumb stepmom has a deep voice and a nice video in her backyard.
Hey,
She's a very nice
she's in
lady.
transition.
I love how every stepkid just shits on their stepmom. That's my favorite thing. It's such a common thing. I had a fucking buddy when I was a kid, and we'd go over to his house. His stepmom was the nicest lady in the world. She'd literally come in and just be like, "Can you guys want pizza or anything?" You know, just fucking get out of my room or play PlayStation.
You're not my mom, Jim.
Get out of here, bitch. I was just like, fucking hey, dude. Like,
And what
my
she like-
mom's never ordered me pizza, man.
And she's like,
you don't understand, man.
I
I'm
bet
a
you she walks out
country
of the room
boy.
like, oh, okay, y'all have fun, and then she just walks out of the fucking room.
fucking, if my mom was ordering pizza, that meant we were driving out somewhere and buying like Red Baron or something, and then coming home and heating that shit up in the oven. You know,
What's your joke? Nobody's ever mistaked. It's not delivery. It's not DiGiorno.
No one's ever mistaken DiGiorno for delivery.
Yeah.
And that's, just leave it at that.
Yeah, that,
you know what I mean?
mistake has ever been made.
No one's ever done that
It's
shit.
like, huh, is this DiGiorno? Yeah.
But shout out, that's actually my wife's joke. So we were thinking of like fucking mislabeled products, you know, like ones that are just so far off. And that one was the one where she's like, I think the epitome of that is fucking DiGiorno. It's not delivery. It's
Yeah,
DiGiorno.
their slogan is.
Who the fuck thinks that?
Right.
No one has thought that. No one's thought about that shitty
My
piece of
wife-
fucking cardboard with mozzarella on top of it.
See, you actually know how I feel because me and you are the only two guys that are married in
Right.
the group.
Well, no, Daniel's married as well, but he's gone now.
Daniel, old, yeah, well,
Yeah.
Uh,
She's,
Yeah.
Daniel's wife is a really interesting person too, but that's a fucking.
But
Speaking about DACA, she's like a DACA spokesperson.
oh, okay.
So, but anyway, go ahead.
My wife is she writes a lot of my jokes. Just 'cause-
Yeah, I bet, dude. I'm kidding. I mean, it's hard when like.
yeah, it's
I'm married.
really.
Yeah, I'm
You're
married to
married?
the game, nigga. What the fuck? You got me fucked up.
I was there were
I
2
love you,
seconds.
Taylor.
That setup for that joke was like a precious little butterfly, and I thought for 2 seconds I could grab that shit and just smush it. You know what I mean? Just step all over his fucking.
Now that
joke.
went in a different direction than I thought it was
Sorry.
gonna go.
But no,
But-
sorry.
No.
I thought about it and then I let you keep talking and then I was like, nope, gotta say it.
No, my wife writes a lot of them too, and
Gotcha.
he knows why because
Daniel.
our wives are pretty much involved in our lives. Our wives are involved in like 100% of our lives.
Well, I think like the thing about being married is like now it's gonna get heavy, but like the thing of it is you just like your personality like changes a lot because you're learning how to like add another person into your thing like
Yeah.
all the time. You're dating somebody, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting this shit too.
It's not just you
no,
anymore.
No, I basically the only thing that's keeping me from having the title of married is I just can't afford a ring.
Yeah, I get it.
basically.
I'll make one.
Bro, I
Can you?
Yeah,
She wants like a coat cap.
yeah.
Look at that.
I made mine.
Ooh.
I made this one.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm just
that is
messing around.
Jokes
I'm
So
not-
Funny
I'm not ready to
podcast.
get
Making marriages happen.
Yeah, a day at a time.
That's
Every
nice.
kiss begins
But
with
yeah,
J.
I live
cool,
I
man.
live with
I have a
my
forge.
boo, so I get
Nice.
it. Coexisting with another person is a task.
It is a
Yeah,
task.
dude, it's different.
Because you can't just do whatever you used to do.
Nope, you
That's
can't.
right. Because you have
Like-
another person to think of.
Like,
That is
Daniel
not
just-
a task that we're doing.
Daniel just chimed in with an incredibly inappropriate, albeit hilarious joke.
you can't do what you used to do, like rape.
God. No, but it is different, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, you just don't do the same shit that you do. But
You
also,
don't.
the advantage to it is, like, I feel like I get to have a cool conversation with somebody way more regularly than I used to. you
Well,
know?
yeah. And
Like-
the other thing is that they understand what you're talking about because they understand, right, you do this.
Right.
I know you do this. Let's talk about how you're doing this.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Then, but, there's a give and take, too, because you got to listen to her, too.
I feel like this conversation could easily have happened on Good Morning America.
Yeah. I feel
Like,
like,
this is like
so
also
John,
an old white lady conversation, you know what I mean? Like fucking
bunch of fucking comedians over here. Now
Yeah,
just needs a
marriage.
beer. So how does your wife make you feel?
But it's marriage for the comedian that we're talking about.
right,
Yeah.
sure.
But, like, that's a totally
Having a
different kind of
wife
marriage,
that has enough, I guess, intelligence to help you write some jokes.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And, I mean, a lot of times,
And
most of
talk
the time,
to
she
you.
supports what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she hates it with a passion.
Right.
Yeah, same with
I think,
Taylor.
I,
Like
yeah,
right
that's
now,
every relationship.
actually, right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like, she hates it with a passion just because it's like, that's...
It's a time suck. Like
A
it's
lot
a
of
fucking
time.
black hole for time. Like,
And a
that's
lot
what
of
it is.
of times, I'm just sitting at home writing jokes. I'm like, hey, I thought of a new joke. And she's,
Yeah.
all right, let's hear it.
It's the birth.
Yeah.
Well, and
yeah.
like, I mean, my wife and I had an argument like probably 2-3 weeks ago, just because like it is like you do devote a shit ton of fucking time to it,
Yeah.
and there's no guarantee it goes anywhere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But
So
that's
marriage
that's
or the comedy?
Comedy.
Oh, okay.
The
just
comedy. So like it like you have to really like make a fucking effort to be sure that like you're accommodating everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like I don't know, like I'm working really hard at like being sure that like I've got time to be sure I'm devoting it
Yeah.
towards like the relationship, and then devoting time towards like comedy, because like you got to do both. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that's
I
why
don't know.
that's why all my jokes incorporate my family somehow. because I'd much rather spend time with my family than like sit down for hours and hours and write jokes.
Yeah, for sure.
And then all my family just says crazy ass shit all the time.
What's your family like?
Insane.
Like what? So what's the setup of your family?
Like my
Brothers,
wife,
sisters, and shit.
my wife works her ass off day in and day out. She has a bachelor's degree in social work. She works for the food stamps office. And on top of that, she does home studies for CPS.
Yeah.
She's always doing something.
Right.
Like she is busy all day long, and I'll help her out as much as I can. Like whatever I can do, it's like, okay, well, let's do this. I'll make dinner. I'll clean the house. I'll do whatever I need to, just to make sure that she can concentrate on what she's doing. Because if she messes up something that she's doing, chances are a kid is not going to go home.
Right.
Like that's how serious her job is. And so I have to help her out as much as possible. And then my daughter, she is my wife's stepdaughter. Mm-hmm. She came from a bad situation with my ex. My ex lost her rights entirely. Like
Listening to heavy shit.
completely
on Jokes
got her
So
rights
Funny, the
terminated.
podcast.
And so me and my wife got my daughter. So in addition to that, we're also trying to raise a daughter that didn't come with us until she was 3 years old. She's 6 now. So, I mean, it was already a rough start. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. Because my wife is mom.
Real.
My wife is mom. That's all there is to it. My wife is mom.
Yeah.
And like she told me the other day, she's like, Daddy, who is that black-haired lady that went to go see me at daycare sometimes? I'm like, I don't know. What are you talking about? And she's like, I don't know. I had a dream about it the other day. I'm like, what kind of dream was it? It was a nightmare. I'm like, yeah, it was a nightmare for me too. But
That's some cats in the cradle shit
hell
right
yeah.
there. Damn.
But we got her.
That song, no.
That
Every
song.
time-
That song a
That
fucking
song.
heartbreaker.
And once you
Fuck
become a
that song.
parent, it's like, holy
I
shit.
guess I just don't know anything.
But
You ever heard
anyways,
this song?
cats in the cradle.
No, nothing.
But
All I know is rap
nonetheless,
music and
nonetheless,
gold teeth.
like we have our family now. We have our family now, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And
Yeah, bonds.
Yeah.
my daughter, she
Your
knows.
wife is mom and your word is bond. That's what you always say to me.
Yep.
I love that about him.
Yep.
Your wife is mom.
And your word is bond. That's what he says.
Yep.
That's Miguel's catchphrase, actually.
That is my catchphrase. You know why that's my catchphrase?
Why?
Because ain't shit happened in my house without my say so. I'm kidding. My wife runs a house.
You guys about to say if she's
He's
mom.
like a nippy little chihuahua, isn't he?
Yeah,
Backs the fuck down. Shit, my wife might listen to this.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah. Have you ever formed a relationship with the Chihuahua?
They're all over everybody else. And once you start petting them, it's
Yeah.
like, all right, I love you.
Yeah, it'll bite the freaking shit out of you.
Oh yeah.
But then you pet it and it's like, oh.
But my wife,
No.
like my wife supports us sometimes.
I love how Daniel tried to contribute to the conversation and you just smashed it.
I didn't mean to smash him. He asked me if I
You remember that little butterfly analogy
No.
thing?
Chihuahua.
That little
and I
butterfly
had it.
analogy that just like
But I
smashed.
get it. I've seen chihuahuas.
Never smashed a
You've seen.
chihuahua.
You ever kicked one? Hey, what's the difference? What's the difference between a chihuahua humping your leg and a pit bull humping your leg?
Here comes the street joke, please.
You let the pit bull finish.
Oh.
Because he makes you, or?
What? Have you ever tried to kick a pit bull?
Oh, yeah. So basically, yeah.
Yeah, just let it finish. Have you ever
The
tried to kick a bull?
punchline is the dog rapes you.
Yeah.
The
Well,
punchline is
it's-
rape.
How do we go back and forth between family and rape?
Yeah, we keep talking about. the
We're like,
punchline is the dog.
there's a joke in
So
this.
rapey, the podcast.
Oh my god.
This podcast is way too rapey. So voice acting.
Daniel.
Okay, here's the thing.
What's a punchline? What's a joke?
Oh, Spot! It took you longer. Are you okay?
Is that the
It's
punchline?
Thursday. Are you okay? It's
Is this what you're asking?
I don't know where he's going with
I'm
this.
laughing at the
okay,
futility.
You know
Do
what
you
I'm talking
keep-
about, where it's like, the dog just doesn't finish. And so it's like, oh, well.
So
do you
your
still
punchline
like
would be
me?
that the joke doesn't come, and so like
Oh,
you're
there
worried
you
about.
go. That's the joke.
You're worried that the dog doesn't think you're attractive anymore. is that the punchline to the joke?
In my
That's kind of just how we
in my entire life,
That would've
I've
been a
never had to
great
worry
Joan
about being
Rivers
attracted to a
joke.
dog.
If Joan Rivers had gone on stage and said, "I'm so unattractive, my dog won't hump me anymore," it would have fucking slain. That would have been amazing. That would have been the best Joan Rivers joke ever.
Yeah, Joan Rivers
Daniel-
bought record X out group. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I can't do it. I can't do
Yeah,
this.
dude, throw a call out.
Do-
We were talking about this.
About what?
About doing like fake commercials.
Yeah, okay, this is the thing I want to do, right? So, and if you're not, it's for new listeners especially, right? I want to start at the beginning of the episode. I'm going to have, like, printed off some papers, right? There's not going to be anything on them, but we're going to shake them a little bit, like we have a fucking script to read, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go, I wish that there was a way I could get high-quality, fresh ingredients to my door without having to worry about it, without having to go into the supermarket. I wish I could get, organic, fucking special ingredients brought to my door, all easy to prepare within 30 minutes or less, with little pictures on it that would show you exactly how to do it. Oh, well. And then just go into your podcast.
Yeah.
I think that would work
So
out great.
instead of advertising actual people, we just tell the world what we want.
You just throw
Right.
out the problem and hope that somebody comes up with a solution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
or we throw out a company that already exists as a way to say, you should sponsor us.
Yeah.
Or fuck off, right?
What did we say before I left? It was something like Nike, the best, whatever they're, Nike, just do it. Does not sponsor this podcast. Also, Dasani water, the freshest in the springs, has nothing to do with this fucking shit. Thank you for tuning in.
I like the bluntness
Just
of
like-
that.
That's a way. That's one
It'd just be
way.
like Bart Rager of Rager Dex Auto Group would be super pissed off if he heard a star shit about this.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
concept.
Same concept, less of a
It's like
punchline.
Topo Chico would never flow through these shores.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's
Good.
That's where you actually
Yeah.
take their slogan and
Yeah.
rearrange it to be like Nike.
Wait, what's-
just don't listen to JohnLewisIsFunny.com.
All right, so that's it.
Wow.
Did I?
Wait, that was
New
real-
Coke, more
that was
potential than
real-
Kendall's rap career.
Oh man.
We're like an old married couple. We're like an
right.
old married couple already.
JohnLewisIsSoFunny.com.
John Lewis is so
JohnLewisIsFunny.com.
funny. Also, he stole the idea for his domain from Olivia Grace. But that would have been too long to put in the URL.
Right.
.com.
So hey, did either one of y'all watch the Super Bowl last night?
Whoa, cricket.
Second half.
Do you watch? Okay, so you didn't see any of the commercials.
I watched halftime and second half. Yeah.
I only
Tide,
watch football for the commercials.
Tide was on point with their commercials last night.
Yeah,
Were they
that
just
was
chugging
hilarious.
Tide Pods? Was it just like a picture of a baby just eating Tide
I
Pods?
wish
That
it
would
would have
be
been
great.
better. But that dude from Stranger Things, what's his name? Hopper.
That's a girl.
And no, the cop. Hopper.
Levin.
That's a joke.
Whatever. I'm gonna fuck you. I don't even know what I was gonna say anymore. I don't want to say
Joke
it
is that
anymore.
11's hair is short and she looks like a boy. Go ahead.
But Tide was. Tide was on. Whatever. Tide was on
Yeah,
point last
Tide
night.
was killing it. They were like,
What was
they
it?
would promote something that just had a shirt in it, and then at the end of it,
That dude would
Hopper
show up.
would be like, "Nope, it's a Tide commercial." And then it's kind of like,
It was
is
amazing.
Is everything a fucking Tide commercial? You know?
And then, like, at one point, the game was tied. And Feldman was at the house. He's like, I think this whole game was like a Tide commercial.
Yeah.
It was like,
That's
"Hey,
pretty good.
this game is brought to you by Tide. The real game's about to start, actually."
Jew Feldman, the wordsmith, strikes again.
It was
Damn.
great. That dude can play
He
words.
knows the fucking English language, man.
I say it all the time.
He can turn a
He's a
phrase so
rapper.
fast.
Dude, he knows fucking puns.
He's
It's
like
insane how well he knows puns.
the Lil Wayne of casual conversation.
He really is, actually. That's the best way I've heard anybody describe it. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I feel enlightened with that description. Thank you.
Any day.
Kimmel Smith Rodriguez does
Wow.
not sponsor.
Real shit.
This
on
product.
Jokes and Podcasts.
Definitely not.
Holy shit.
No, it was a great game last night. But yeah, and then like old,
Yeah.
you remember
Eagles one,
I
right?
thought Brady
Eagles
was
won.
going to do it. He fumbled. Well, Graham caused a fumble, I think 100%.
nobody was near him. He didn't even catch the ball. He didn't even touch the ball. Actually, I think he touched it.
Who's this? I'm talking about Tom Brady fumbling on like what should have been one of their final drives.
Yeah, he
it was
did
the only
fumble.
fumble. It was the only sack of the game.
Yeah, and then they got a turnover on that one. And but there's a play earlier that the Patriots tried to do a trick play and pass it back to Brady.
Oh, that was the last thing that happened.
Pass it back to Brady, and Brady missed hardcore. Like, it was a beautiful toss to him, and just dropped the ball.
Heard, I didn't see that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Damn.
Yeah, beautiful.
Just like
Tough shit, man.
Just dropped it like a baby. But
I got dropped.
I can tell.
Yeah. That's what everyone always says, dude. There's a certain list of jokes that you should have an award that's like 500th person to that punchline. You know what I mean? I used to live in a town called Earth, Texas.
Oh shit!
What's the punchline? You got this.
Shit.
What planet's it on?
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what a funny person would say. Most people say, "I'm from Earth too." Most people say that, and that's been a joke since that town was a thing. You know?
Yeah, and people actually talk like that over there. I'm from Earth too.
Yeah, man. Where it's like you have a joke that's like, "You're so tall, you must play
basketball." Yeah.
Like, I mean, but that's another one where people come up with the same fucking shit. Like,
Next time,
you figure out how unoriginal people are.
Next time somebody says, "You're so tall, you should play with other people's emotions."
That's pretty good.
Like that.
Like that.
Just blew my-
Yeah, he thought I was gonna go for something different.
I thought I was gonna kill myself.
I like that you went like low. Like, I thought it was going for a heavy punchline, like it was gonna be something dark, and he went a little lower than I thought he was going to.
Yep.
You know,
That's how my comedy works out.
I'm
so smooth.
You're
It's
so
the chair,
tall.
dude.
It is the chair.
It's the chair.
It is the chair. This chair makes me feel
Was
powerful.
that burgundy?
It is burgundy. Feels like burgundy suede.
Fancy ass.
Brown.
It's like a
burgundy?
suede
Yeah.
material.
Yeah.
We're still getting the feel for our new digs. This is the second week in this nice ass
You
studio.
need a contractor. You got a paint
Yeah,
stain
we're
over
sorry it doesn't look like the other one.
I
We know
know.
you were getting used to that.
Still haven't gotten used to my radio face.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
there. That is a lot better.
Whoa.
You just flipped on the lights and
it
it just
just
got so
opened
much
up the
nicer
room.
in here. That's great. This is like the Learning Channel, only there's nothing to see
We're in the process of learning the
and
chair.
there's no contractors involved, and we're not really making anything better.
Technically-
we're just kind of talking in a back house.
Yeah.
So it's nothing like TLC except we turned on the lights.
Okay. I love TLC. Is it TLC or is it the Home Network?
Both, right?
They do the House Hunters shit.
They both do that.
They do both. Okay, I want to understand why they bring these people on. It's like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I run and operate a yogurt store. And what do you do for a living? I'm a stay-at-home mom. And they're looking at a budget of $150,000. It's like,
Yeah.
How?
In a yogurt store?
If you own a
It could be
business,
some
That's
poppin'
what-
yogurt.
You could be.
yeah.
You know, somebody has I think it's JJ Howell. Yeah, JJ Howell has a joke that's really similar to that. Or no, it's one of the comedians in the. I want to give a shout out because somebody has a joke that's really fucking funny.
Yeah, it's like,
along
how
the
can
same
they
lines.
afford those homes?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the punchline of the joke. Is like, how
Yeah.
can someone afford it? You know.
No, what I
And
want to
then-
see is House Hunters go into like the hood and just like get the most ghetto people in the world and say,
like
well,
Durbin.
Just give
I
him
think
a
it's Aaron Durbin.
mansion.
yeah.
No, actually, your house.
Aaron Durbin's house joke is like, yo, I just bought 8 houses in Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
For like $1.
Yeah, he's like, for like $1, but I don't know if it was a good investment because I'm afraid somebody's gonna get murdered up there in one of my houses, and then I'm gonna have to spend like 18 houses to get to Detroit, you know, or whatever. It's different math, but he's
He's got it. He's on point. But yeah, I want to see the House Hunters go to like the most ghetto ass neighborhood. Just like interview 2 people. Yeah, my name Crystal. That's Crystal with a K. It's my baby daddy.
Yeah.
Just
And
some
she'll
shit.
be like, shit, we just want a Kool-Aid dispenser in the... Okay, that was low. Okay. We can do better, right? We can do
Hey,
better.
it's okay. You're black. You can say it.
I know, but...
You
that's
can,
not-
but
it's
like, why go
unoriginal.
for the low hanging fruit? Like,
Yeah.
that's such an easy one. Like, I like stereotypes that are like deep shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna make a fucking like Mexican stereotype, talk about chicle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk
Get her
about-
chicle. Get her chicle.
I like ones that...
Talk about the fucking mercado. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
go
hey,
low.
don't talk shit on that guy, all right? All right.
Fuck you and you la super motherfucker.
Don't you dare mention Vicente Fernandez or I'm going to break my foot off in your ass.
No, that super is where it's at, dude. Fucking mercados are like the best.
Dude, you can get so much shit at a mercado.
They're great. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Go ahead. What are you saying? Kool-Aid dispenser?
You know, it's so off
There
track
was
now.
a Cribs back in the day where the dude. No, it wasn't Cribs. It was.
Oh, I know what I was
something
gonna say. Go
else.
ahead.
But it's like, was it Richie Rich that had like a freaking Hawaiian punch?
No, that was Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he pressed the thing and it was all red, and he's like, "That's Hawaiian punch."
That's pretty cool.
That was a badass one. I was gonna say I like stereotypes that might fit. Like you almost just created it, but everybody got it and it makes sense. Like, okay, for some
Sure.
reason, I was talking about a bank teller, and okay, so my friend Charlie was telling me about this bank teller, and his granddad, the bank teller's name was spelled Jorge.
Jorge.
So his name was fucking Jorge, right?
Right.
But his granddad called him Georgie. Like, just kept calling him Georgie. And he said his granddad was the type of person that will like call you by your name a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
And he just acted that out. And I was like, we ended up saying something like, I was like, the only way that would be acceptable for that bank teller to be called Georgie is if he was just like this flaming gay Mexican. But it just kind of worked.
Hola,
like,
Georgie.
A bank teller who's a flaming gay Mexican, like,
That's really
I've seen
funny.
many, I
Yeah.
feel like.
I have actually seen many.
Yeah.
The
Hola,
most-
Georgie. How are you doing today?
That's an older Latina job who takes her shit way too seriously.
Yeah.
I've never met a nice old Latina that was a bank teller. Not once. And I
Yeah.
love fucking Latinas, right?
You know,
Like,
that's
Yeah, you married one.
nice older. I don't know.
dude,
I don't know if I've met one.
they take their shit so seriously. It's
Meet my
unreal.
mom. Just meet my mom. one
Oh,
day.
really?
Half of our fan base is Latina bank tellers.
Probably.
So.
They're gonna catch you
In
outside.
Canada.
Disculpe.
What did you say?
Soy muy ciento.
Sí, mami, stay.
You don't.
Ven pa' acá.
Baby, no.
What?
Singing Daddy Yankee lyrics.
Don't go nowhere.
Shit. Fuck daddy.
está mi gente?
They definitely don't want to leave now. We might have lost
Got him
our
back.
fan bases before, but they might have just.
They're coming back. They're coming
No,
back
no,
now.
no. Last week we lost the fan base. This week we're bringing
This
it
week
back.
we're bringing him back.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it
I-
back.
Bring some ethnicity into
What
this
happened
bitch.
last week? Give me a recap.
What happened last week?
You guys make summaries yet? Like,
I don't think we lost anyone. Here's where I screwed up. So, fucking Daniel had a busy week, and so I didn't get the podcast posted until
Dude.
like
This
later.
dude's taking the fall. This is my fault.
Well, because you've got shit you have to do, right? But like, I need to get the podcast to where like it's consistent. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be out on like Monday or Tuesday because people listen to podcasts while they're working.
Yeah.
They don't listen to it on Saturdays when they're going to the beach or the park or whatever, right?
Right.
So like it has to be consistent, like every like Monday or Tuesday. And Daniel's got shit that he has to do, right? So I fucked up and I posted the podcast I had with Kimothy on fucking like what, Saturday, Sunday? So like no one listens to a podcast then. That's not how it works. You know?
Yeah,
So,
it's a daily.
like
It's a weekday thing.
the day after we posted the week podcast before that, we had 150 listens within the first day, right? Or downloads, right? And that's just SoundCloud, right? iTunes we had another like 75, 80, something like that. So like just that's pretty good statistics, right?
Right.
Like this week we've had 50, like across the board, you know. So like it's just rough because you have to get it out like on the right day,
Yeah.
or just like it doesn't.
You got to
Yeah.
catch your fan base because they're already used to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like people like, and people are expecting it, and so people are disappointed if they like the podcast. Which, if you do, thank you so much. But like,
Yeah.
if you don't keep
Aquafina.
listening, I'll have someone
was-
on eventually that you do like.
Don't
It was brought to you by anybody but Adidas. Oh wait, no, nobody.
New
Fuck,
Balance.
I fucked that up. Yeah.
Brought to you by New Balance.
New Balance represent.
New Balance. If anybody works for New Balance, we need sponsors.
What's their slogan?
What is your slogan? Don't fall over because you got New Balance.
See,
I don't
Kyle,
know.
that's what I remember.
I
New
think
Balance,
that-
your
isn't that
new
like a
center of
German-
balance.
No, New
Like,
Balance
hate
is,
Jews?
is the shoe of the alt-right.
Is it the shoe
Is
alt
it?
right?
Yeah, it
That
is.
makes sense.
I'm gonna have to stop
I'll
buying.
See, I
I
thought that
Why? I
was
love 'em.
I thought that was
They're nice.
I thought
They
that was
are comfortable.
Margaritaville brand shoes.
thought that was Margarita brand.
That's an
Margaritaville.
old person joke.
Margaritaville.
Margaritas.
You all know what
Margarit-
Margaritaville is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy
People
Buffett.
are aware with the
That's
Margaritaville phenomenon.
Jimmy
You
Buffett.
got your like.
Is it Jimmy Buffett or John Mellencamp?
Jimmy Buffett,
Jimmy
yeah.
Buffett.
I've never met an older white person that doesn't like Jimmy Buffett.
I haven't either.
Don't think that's happened to me yet.
But I
If
went,
you're out there, shout out.
I went to
Appreciate you going against.
go to Margaritaville. The
Have you
actual
been?
restaurant.
Have you been to a Margaritaville?
Yeah.
What the
Those
fuck?
places
It's like
are
a Walmart on
packed.
crack.
It really is like a Walmart on
Jesus.
crack.
No, I'm kidding.
Do they?
It really is like a Walmart on
It's
crack.
probably the same demographic. Well, no, because the thing is, you have to have money to go to those places. Like they're like
Well,
they're like
we
upper
have-
middle class.
We have money.
Well, I'm not. I mean, money's no object for you, of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of
For
an
those
object.
of us that are in the streets,
It's kind of an object. Okay.
Yeah, bitch, grinding and hustling
Okay.
and shit.
I'm a welder.
Out here trying hard and shit.
trying to turn some tricks for an extra $1 or two.
No, I've been to Rain Cafe and shit, nigga.
Or
No, not Rain. Rainforest Cafe.
On the east side.
They had stuffed animals and shit. I stole only one or two.
Yeah.
So
that's-
I watched this granola bar, and it didn't seem like there was any holes in the package.
Uh-huh.
All right.
oh wait, you.
I
found
might
it
be
in your
eating a
pants?
Tide Pod.
You found
Yeah,
it.
mixed with granola. Hey, Tide.
Don't sponsor
Tide.
us.
Better than your
That's a
clothes
good
being
idea.
dirty.
Yeah.
You ever had really dirty ass clothes and also like I could use a snack right now that would paralyze the lower half of my body? Wish there was a solution for that.
What?
Wish there was a solution for that.
Tides
Tide
make
Pod.
you paralyzed?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
they
Tide
do.
Pods paralyze your ass, bro.
There's chemicals in them.
They fuck you up. You're not supposed to eat bleach. That's not shit you're supposed to put
What are
in
you
your
talking about?
body.
I
That
never
shit works
thought-
really well on your clothes.
I never thought I'd ever tell my daughter, sweetheart, if somebody offers you laundry detergent, just say no.
Unless you have a drug test.
It's not going to clean you out, all right?
You know what I'm saying?
I've heard you think of that multiple times at open mic night.
Unless you got a drug test, then you take a little.
I have a question.
OCM.
Yeah, go for it.
How long is it okay to tell a topical joke? How long can you make a joke about the Home Depot truck running over people in New York before it's
Wait.
like burned out?
How is that funny?
You got about 45
I've
seconds.
found a way.
You got 45 seconds.
All right.
Go.
No,
No, like 45 seconds for the joke is not funny.
I have no idea why that is doing that.
I don't know. I really don't know because I had some jokes about the hurricanes in Houston.
Yeah, how long
But
can
it's
you?
still relevant.
Yeah, that's still pretty relevant.
Is it though?
I think
in
there's still
the
like
Twitter world.
wood on
Well,
porches
no,
and
my-
dogs and
there's still
dumpsters
problems.
and shit.
Dogs and
Yeah,
dumpsters.
people, I don't know what happens in a hurricane.
Shout out to any dogs
West
listening to this
Texas.
podcast in a dumpster. We're there for you, boy.
Hey, this podcast was not brought to you by Scooby Doo and all of their affiliates. Courage the Cowardly.
Hey, you ever been really
Dude,
high and wanted to watch
Courage
an
the
old ass
Cowardly.
cartoon?
That was some dark
Yeah.
shit.
Wish there was a solution
I
for
can
that.
dig some
Love
courage.
that.
Okay, have you ever been so drunk that you're on your way home and you passed by a gas station and you thought the amount for the gas was what time it was?
That's good.
Have you ever been that drunk? And then you're like, oh shit, it's like 2:30 in the morning. It's 2:20. Oh shit, it's almost
Have you
2:30.
told that joke on stage before?
I haven't. I'm gonna have
That's
to.
funny as
There you go.
shit. Write that down.
And then you just like get home and it's like, oh shit, at least I made it home before
It's
3.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought it was. I thought it was.
And then you look at your clock, it's like
1
6 in the morning.
That's great.
I have been that drunk before.
Dude, that's so fucking
Never. The drunkest I've ever been and driven, it was probably like New Year's when during that blizzard or.
Oh,
you
the
know,
little blizzard, yeah,
funny.
back
Yeah,
in
that blizzard was a
2015.
motherfucker. Snowpocalypse.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's making fun of us, like, hey, Texas can't drive in snow. No shit, Sherlock, it's like 3 feet high. What the hell are you supposed to
Stumbled on
do?
that shit a little bit.
I gotta-
No
Oh, you got
shit,
story?
Sherlock.
Is that when the cows got out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's what they should name that era. In
When the
Love
cows
It.
got out.
Yeah.
When the cows got out. Yeah,
the
that
year
was
of the
really.
cows.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a story about a West Texas blizzard.
Right.
When the cows got out. Starring Matthew McConaughey.
I just imagine.
He's just like trekking through the snow to find his fucking cows.
And then he's just like looking into the
It's got
distance.
potential-
It
Exactly.
does. It has lots of potential.
Because
If I can't get them home, we ain't gonna eat.
yeah, his daughter's like sick and she needs milk. and
needs milk.
he's like, well, I'll go out and milk Bessie. I'll be right back, Annie.
I'm
And then
Bessie.
he comes back and said, you just hear an empty bucket hit the table. The cows got out.
Dad,
Got it, yeah.
Dad, Dad, What the hell's going on?
I just need some milk.
Daddy, don't go back out.
No, it's okay, honey.
Don't do it,
Yeah,
Dad. It's
yeah,
real
you're-
cold out there.
That'd be a great.
That is
Matthew
what we
McConaughey.
call
You're worth freezing for.
Dad.
You're worth freezing for.
If you die, Mama's not gonna make it.
Why wouldn't Mom make
Mama's
it?
had the consumption for 4 days now.
No, what?
It was like a couple
Consumption.
years ago.
It was like the
Yeah,
30.
yeah, the blizzard. Jesus.
Look, out in some of these towns in fucking West Texas, people haven't aged past the 1860s. Like, it's not changed a whole lot.
Have you
know
been
what
out
I'm
to
saying?
shallow water? Have you been out to shallow water?
Look, Wolford's
Okay,
rough,
wait.
man.
You're saying like times haven't changed since there were slaves.
Yes.
Well, that in Louisiana, that's still true.
Well, I grew up in Lubbock, Texas. I know.
Do you know how many black
I'm
people
aware.
live in shallow water? Like 2.
Plug the 13th right now.
Plug it, plug it, plug it.
How does we the niggas of the United States of America choose more money and more problems? What's the 13th Amendment? Because I get that shit fucked up. I grew up with a lot of rap. I wasn't reading a lot of bills.
Oh shit.
Look, this
Use
is
the
what
line about the
creates
cow and
1860s.
the land and
No,
the
it's a mule. 40
13
acres.
acres and a mule.
40 acres
40
and a
acres
mule.
and a mule. 40 acres
40
and a mule.
acres and a mule.
Just say that.
Just say that. 40 acres and a mule.
Hell yeah. I feel like this is when people will like walk up to you and be like, close your eyes and open your hand.
Open your mouth and close your eyes, and I will give you a sweet surprise.
You say 40 acres and a mule and let me see what happens first. And then I'll say,
Watch the fallout. You get out of here, and everyone's just mad at you. The fuck would you say that?
I'm claimed by 0 black people.
You're like a lost and black card for the rest of
I
your
don't
life.
know. You could be black and anti-black. You pulled it off, dude.
Hey,
That's
Chappelle
amazing.
did it.
Are you supposed to say 40 and a mule? What is it?
No, 40 acres and a mule.
I just don't know what it is.
It's an old thing. So after the Civil War,
Reparations were paid.
reparations were you were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule, and
I
a
see.
fuck ton of people never got them.
Oh,
so,
no, yeah.
So like you'll hear Al Sharpton say shit like, "I'm still waiting for my 40 acres and a mule," you know?
Yeah.
Because he never like the idea is we never got what we were owed,
I
you know?
see. Hell yeah.
And,
I'll
and
take
that
40 acres
that
and a
bill has
mule.
not been overwritten. So technically, you can actually write to the government and say, I still
Only
want my
way
40
you're
acres
gonna
and a
get some
mule.
ass.
You can?
Yeah,
So bad.
that bill has not.
That joke was so
What'd you
fucking
say?
bad. I said, only way you're gonna get some ass.
That bill has not
No,
been
it's
overwritten.
okay.
It's
My
such a
girlfriend's already
bad
got a
fucking
mule.
Joke.
Ah,
Pull
is
back around.
Because you're.
I'm already the mule. That's what it is.
Damn!
Mother
Whoa!
effers.
Whoa! This is what he's doing. He's swerving. He's dodging. He's prancing. You can't figure out where the fuck the punchline is going. Kendall Smith Rodriguez.
Horse there.
that's.
Juke them the fuck out, Kendall.
Come on.
You said that was the only way I was going to get laid?
No, I said it's the
No.
only way you're gonna get some ass.
Oh. Because a mule.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was the
A
punchline.
mule is a joke. Damn. That is how you
Dude, it
kill a
was a
joke.
colossally bad joke. But
That is.
No, it
He
wasn't.
got it.
It wasn't. It was good.
no, it was a terrible pun.
You
wasn't
used
fair.
the ass joke. That's a good one.
Well, but
People use the ass joke.
exactly.
Jackass is a whole
Everyone
show.
uses that. It was a bad fucking joke. But I love telling it.
It was a
'cause
great
I
joke.
said it in my corny voice so I could get away with it.
You
know?
did. You got away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you try voice
get
acting?
lost.
It's okay. You can get lost here. This is a safe zone.
This is a safe zone. Why don't you
This
try?
is like
why
getting
don't either one
lost
of
in a
y'all?
ball pit at a McDonald's. This is what it's like.
Why don't either one of
That
y'all
was
try
awesome
voice acting?
analogy.
Thank you.
Have you tried voice acting? Like professional voice acting?
We can bring back Matthew McConaughey and Baby Annie anytime.
I know a guy at Funimation.
I know a
Give
guy.
me Matthew real quick because I lost him earlier. McConaughey.
All right.
Matthew, yeah, all right.
Thing I like
That's
about
what they
them.
always say about
Thing I like about them high school girls.
Alright.
The thing I like about them high school girls.
Do you,
I don't think he does that.
Sorry, Dad. It's Annie.
that guy. Do you ever think anybody goes up to him in a restaurant like, "Hey, Matthew McConaughey, how's that burger?"
Baby,
I'm
I
sure
should have
all
left
the
by
fucking
then.
time.
Like just in a
Keep
restaurant,
going.
like, "Hey, Matthew McConaughey, how's that burger?" And he's like, "It's all right," and they're just like, and then he's just like, All right.
I don't think you see.
What was
Matthew
the
McConaughey
salient
eating a
point that you were
cheeseburger.
chiming in with? I missed it. what was
Okay,
that,
like Matthew
please?
McConaughey.
Tried this? Okay.
Aquafina.
It is
Are you plugging
not-
shit right now?
Yes, I am. Okay.
What if there was a way that you
Coin
could have?
is great. Aquafina sparkling mango pineapple
Aquafina.
water
Sparkling mango pineapple.
is also great.
Awesome.
It's just as
Aquafina
good.
mango pineapple sherbet water does not sponsor this show.
No,
It's not sweetened.
Is there a slogan on there?
Okay. It's fizzy. It's fun. It's free of guilt. Just refreshing, sparkling water infused with natural mango pineapple flavor.
That is a long
Does
ass
not
punchline.
sponsor this podcast.
It's
Take a sip
fizzy.
and
It's
enjoy.
fun. It's free of John Lewis's Funnies podcast. It's free of jokes.
Here, come on, work that.
Come on, let's fuck up with
Get
it.
rid of John's show with this.
Aquafina calls you the next day. Just shut it down.
Getting put
Shut it
on
down.
blast right
It's
now.
fizzy. It's fun. It's free of jokes or funny podcast obligations and sponsorships. Just refreshing, sparkling. No corny ass niggas talking in a microphone. No, I'm just like, I'm like involved. I'm on the podcast. I
No,
don't,
go
I don't
for
think
it.
we're corny.
This slogan has more views than your fucking
Water.
podcast.
since Daniel's passed it to me.
More people have listened to the bubbles in this fucking can than have listened to your fucking shitty ass podcast.
Given there's a lot of bubbles, yeah, hell yeah, that's hilarious. What is that?
That's funny.
Daniel's got some trippy ass shit playing on the
here's your
TV
drink,
here.
man. I'm just-
I don't know
So-
what they're making a cast or something.
Bram.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I know a guy at Funimation that can get you a job as a voice actor.
Cool.
Probably.
I'm doing some voice acting shit for Bahama Bucks.
Really,
Yeah,
Sounds expensive.
dude, I'm doing some voice acting for Attack on Titan next season.
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
who?
Attack on Titan.
Can you give me a voice acting gig?
I probably can.
Fuck yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay, the guy that I know. Do you remember that commercial a couple years ago during the Super Bowl where the two
Oh, the one
farmers?
with the dog.
No, not
Oh,
that
this
one.
one with the dog.
It's two farmers that are on the outside, and all these animals are playing football, and that sheep runs through. That's just been sheared.
Yeah.
And that cowboy's like, I didn't even see that. Do you know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
I do.
Okay, that guy is a friend.
Cool.
Like he's a personal friend. Like more personal, but yeah.
Okay, the way you led into that, I was expecting for you to. Have you heard of Matthew McConaughey? That's my friend. Like that's a personal friend. That's the depth. Not an extra in a Super Bowl commercial. like that's
He
cool.
wasn't an extra.
Like that's something you say offhandedly in a conversation.
He
You
wasn't-
don't put gravity behind
Okay.
it. You know.
Okay, he's really important, but
Stop.
he's really
Stop
important. But
right.
I'll.
hold the
No,
fucking
no,
train.
I believe you. If
He
you
works
give me
for
a
a-
job at Funimation,
he works in
I love that
Funimation.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
that
Actually,
fucker's amazing.
I've seen that Super Bowl commercial like 100 times because of him.
Miguel, that's fucking
my
amazing,
God.
dude. Can
I
you,
know,
can,
right?
Can you get me a signature from that dude?
I can. I've
you
actually
really?
legitimately asked people, have people ask me to get a signature because I know who he is.
No, but he really is a badass.
Yeah,
though.
he really is badass.
That's cool.
Hilarious. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
I feel like you don't know Daniel. I feel like you don't know him.
Dude, if he says he's a good guy, then he's a
Thank you. My one carries some weight now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If, you know what? If he can get me paid, he's the best motherfucker in the world.
I'm telling you,
That
the way
fucker
he
is my
acted
best friend.
in that commercial.
He
was
really
just-
made that sheep seem sheared.
I know.
Like, something about the way he acted put it over.
I literally, yeah,
I know, right?
yeah.
It's
I
great
had a
shit.
buddy.
Daniel, just
Please go ahead.
quick question. What the fuck?
He's just playing trippy shit off
Is
of
it-
Vimeo.
Oh,
That's all it
okay.
is. So he's got
Okay.
Vimeo videos that are on a loop that he just goes through.
I've never seen this shit.
Very cool.
Why?
It's trippy as fuck, right?
I feel like I'm
See,
doing
I haven't
drugs
seen
and I
the
haven't even done
transition
drugs.
area like that before, where it's
Yeah.
telling me what's about to play next, and all I've looked over is just looked over and saw like, or just like periodically, there's like a metal head on there, or like some guy poking.
Who knows what this is?
Right.
I would
a
hope you would.
redhead in a chair, staring at an empty chair with like an ink splot.
But it looked like
Oh,
claymation.
Blot
Look.
pattern.
It's not
Look it up.
claymation.
Camera shake.
Camera issue, yeah.
Look at that. Look
What's
how
going
wobbly
on?
this fucking shit is.
She's talking to herself. This is like some sort of self-discovery kind of shit.
Look.
Fuck. This is
Yeah.
some,
Use
this
a
is some
fucking
Aronofsky
tripod.
shit right here.
Hell yeah. I don't even know what the hell. Oh, this is, yeah, Rorschach tests and shit.
Yeah.
That one looks like a vagina.
They all look like vaginas to me.
Is she O'Keefe? It's an art joke.
That was
Art
too obscure.
joke.
Yeah.
She's keep out the grinder. Whoa, we can-
Ah!
Yeah.
Where am I?
Look on what you're missing out on, Dasani. Your name could have been all over this shit.
Hey, but you know there's some sort of key something out there. You should do a call out and maybe.
Way to go, Dasani. Piece of
If
shit.
there's a product called Kefir Treats that's like
He's looking it up
wants to
now.
hit us up,
Okay, find something that involves Keith that we can call out. You haven't even connected to the Wi-Fi.
Question about this Wi-Fi password.
Kendall's setting up his Wi-Fi right now.
Are you trying to keep the NSA out of your? Why is this 29 digits long?
My wife is a mathematician.
Okay, well she figured out the
What?
algorithm for a long ass
She's
password.
got something on there and
Yeah.
did something to her. She can see that. And
Have you seen Hidden
Let
Figures?
me see that. Let me see
My
that.
wife is like a black.
yeah, I have seen
Yeah.
Hidden Figures.
She's like Hidden Figures.
Your wife.
Yeah, she's
I think.
like Muslim Hidden Figures.
I
is
think
what
your
it's
wife
called.
like
Muslim
figured
Hidden
out
Figures.
the algorithm
cool.
to clean energy. Don't listen in on this NSA.
Oh, clean energy?
Yeah,
I hope so.
I mean that might be it right there.
Dude,
like
all
dirty
she's got to
energy.
do is just make some money and I'm chilling out, okay?
Bruh, this is what I say.
Yeah.
Them dinosaurs
Just
got to do
pimp and limp.
something for my fucking car. You know what I mean? If I ain't got dinosaurs powering that bitch, I don't fucking want them.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I need a dinosaur powering my
Yeah.
fucking
I need
car.
my shit made out of Tyrannosaurus Rex farts.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell they
Fossil
collect for that.
fucking
Fossil
Yeah.
fuel. You know?
Bones is what it is, isn't it?
yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun source.
I don't want to stick my feet out the bottom of a car and push it like Freddie
Yeah,
Flintstone.
Got it.
Know
got
what I'm
it.
saying?
Got it fueled by pussy juice. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking no corn syrup in my engine.
Ethanol.
I need some
Listen,
dinosaur.
if I wanted Coca-Cola powering my car,
Yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
walking. You know what I'm saying? I'd be using these 2 feet right here.
Potential to. Was there something?
Okay, hey, I just gotta say this. You know, a conversation is gonna be going in a really bad direction.
What?
When the person you're talking to starts their sentence off with, you know, back when I was huffing ether.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start it.
That conversation is going nowhere fast.
I love it when somebody
You made a
says,
mistake way before that conversation started to be in that situation.
right. Well, I love it. My favorite is when someone says, I'm not X, but.
Oh, I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
Because you definitely are X, or you're not bringing it up. You
Like
know
that
what
whole,
I mean?
I'm not racist, but
I'm not racist,
Yeah, that's a big one.
but. I'm
These stinky ass
motherfucker,
Mexicans.
everybody's racist. Fucking,
Yeah.
we're fucking racist.
To
It's
some
a defense
extent.
mechanism.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
some extent, we're all racist.
Yeah.
Except me.
Well, I mean,
Whatever.
you're like
No,
you're
I'm
like
just
the
kidding.
fucking kaleidoscope. Like
So
you have a
meaning,
fucking Mexican last name, and then fucking like you're half white and half black. So you've got everything. You got it all figured
There's
out.
a lot of shit going on. I heard in comedy that you have to be a part of the minority that you're making fun of. Unless, of course, like, you... Well, that's what I heard, but then I saw a different example of a guy making fun of, like, it was a white dude, and he was like,
Right.
yo, I was adopted, and, like, 6 of my brothers and sisters were black. It was on a Last Comic Standing, and he was like, I'll tell you what, I had no idea that any person in the world put lotion on their skin every day until I had
Yeah.
those 6 black brothers. And
That's
so
so
he was
funny.
able to like make fun of that minority because he has that relation. So
Right.
like you
But
do
at
it
that
with your
point,
Mexican wife.
it's almost observational at that point,
Yeah,
right? Because
exactly.
it's not like he just came out and said, "Black people water." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's not some shit he did. He came out and he made like a salient observational thing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I feel like if
Like,
there's not hate behind
he
it, then
tied
it's-
it
Yeah,
in.
it's not like mean.
He
you
tied
know?
it into like personal experience also.
Right, for sure.
So I mean, if you can tie it into personal experience, like real personal experience, not just observational experience.
yeah, for sure.
That's how. Now we're gone.
That's got to be live, right?
Yeah, that's live. We're live. All right, we're live. Sorry guys for the little hiccup and shit. Somebody
What
fucked up.
happens, man? Dude, Miguel is providing so much more structure to this shit. Like, I wouldn't have even said anything. Like, the last episode where we took a break in the middle of it, I didn't say shit. We were just like, we're back. That was it.
Yeah.
Miguel apologized. He has respect.
Well,
I have respect for the
They're
listeners.
they're probably wondering what the fuck right now too, because
Probably.
it went away and then it just
Immediately went back.
Like, is there a pause?
There's
in
gonna be
between when he
a
says
pause.
sorry guys?
It says a minute.
He can edit out.
Oh, okay. So you'll just
So people are gonna
you're just
wait for a
leave
whole
it
minute?
pause. What are we saying?
No, we're going to drag it back, right? It's not going to be a minute-long pause.
Hey,
I'm
drag
gonna
it.
find a break and I'm gonna cut.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna splice,
Drag it.
Boom, right there.
Put a little music in
Perfect.
there.
Drag it
Yeah.
back. Drag it back, and don't cut out my apology.
And anything.
Don't cut out the apology.
Perfect.
This
Yeah,
applies
leave
to
the
you.
apology in for sure because
Yeah.
that was Miguel's best contribution to the show
Hey,
so far.
hey, hey, hey.
I would like to take this moment.
I can passive aggressive someone so hard. I can fucking passive aggressive your ass.
My
so
wife
hard.
can passive aggressive the shit out of me.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. Well, this is part of the reason when I met your wife. I was like, that fucker can take it. He can take and take and take. It's unreal. Just keep going, man.
Just keep on
Damn,
going.
man. This
You
is
can?
I can take shit.
this is the end of this podcast, y'all. I think we're done. Do we
Yeah.
have anything to plug at all?
Kirkland Signature Purified Water did not sponsor the show.
It's good. My cracked iPhone also didn't sponsor this show, but I wish they would because I really need a new phone.
I
Hear
wish.
that, Apple? You got an opportunity.
Get your 6-year-olds working on that shit right now.
Well,
I can't
there it
adopt
goes.
all those motherfuckers,
Listen,
okay?
we don't think you guys are making iPhones with babies.
Nope.
Give us money. It's cool.
Be our sugar daddy.
You're our people.
Yeah, we're
iPhone.
all. I mean, I have an Android, but I could plug stuff for iPhone if I need to.
Right.
O'Keefe's
O'Keefe's
skincare.
Keefe Skincare.
Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, itchy, shitty podcasts.
Okay.
That's why we stay away from them. That's because we stay away from them.
O'Keefe's. Drier than Kindle's sense of humor.
And elbows.
That's pretty good. It's lotion.
For hands, drier than
For
Kindle's.
for O'Keefe's skin repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, itchy comedy from Kindle.
Itchy. Itchy. That joke made me feel itchy.
You know what? Honestly,
That shit
when I
made me
go
feel
out,
itchy.
like people ask me, like, what am I trying to do? You know, when I'm on stage, who am I trying? What reaction do I want?
What are you
I just
trying to
want
do?
them to.
I love it watching.
itch. After I tell a joke, if I look out there and the crowd is fucking scratching their skin off,
Shit, that shit.
there's nothing that feels better for a comedian.
Nothing feels better than if you're a comedian and in the middle of your joke, someone stands up, scratches their
And-
asshole,
oh my God.
and then applauds.
And just, you know, those are the times, and it's only happened a couple times, you know, I'm a young comedian.
And then they lift two fingers like this under their nose, sniff it, and then they put
sniff
it
and
forward
they
towards
put
you.
it-
That's a salute.
You made that asshole itch, sir.
I know.
You did that.
I know.
Your comedy,
it feels
comedy
good.
can
It
change
does.
things.
It does feel good. Comedy is
Comedy can take a perfectly normal moist asshole and turn it
Not
into
itching.
an asshole that's as dry and sandpapery as Paul Arias' asshole.
Oh god, I
Yeah,
don't want to talk about that
exactly.
his asshole.
He can make
Anyways,
bats out of his shit or something.
all right, so I'm gonna leave this on the note about John Lewis's socks. Looks
boy.
like the fucking '90s styrofoam convenience store cup.
Well, I'm the last hipster. Like, I mean,
Okay.
Those are pretty lit,
Those-
honestly.
mm.
All
thanks,
subs.
man. My
Also,
boss gave them to me.
Oh,
Shout out to
by
Jared
the way,
Hurst.
shout out to Allsups, the original creator. He passed away recently.
Did he really?
Yeah, he really did.
Fuck, did he fall into a fryer? Because I
many
feel like that
burritos.
would have been an appropriate death.
He probably died a very peaceful and honorable death.
Probably.
God bless him.
Yeah, 99 cents for a 32 ounce. Yeah, that's
Those
fucking
chimichangas,
karma was great.
those
yeah.
Allsups chimichangas.
Right.
Hell
One time I
yeah.
went in there and I paid like $4 though for 2 of them. Does that sound right?
That doesn't
It's
sound right.
supposed to be 99 cents, right?
This is
I was
how
on the road.
We got
yeah.
played.
I think it was one of those
Like upstate ones.
1860s towns we were talking about. No,
Yeah.
I think it was shallow water. What the
Shallow water.
Shallow didn't
Shout
have
out
an
shallow
Allsups.
water.
Also,
I'm just talking shit.
this is how you know something's bad. If you grow up with it and you still hate it. Because I went to an Allsups every week as a kid. Easy. I fucking hate that place. Like 99 cents for a 32-ounce cup
Dude.
of 5% fucking grease from the fryer. At least 5% of that soda is just grease.
How can you hate on
gotta
something
be.
that's such like a strong part of my childhood?
It's a strong part of mine too, and I fucking hate that.
It just
place.
doesn't have to be positive.
It wasn't for mine.
It wasn't for
There
mine.
was
I
never
just
really
know
all
of them.
steps right up the streets.
Streets.
Yeah, one time I lived
Streets.
Is that
in
new
Snyder,
hip
Texas.
lingo I don't know about? The streets?
The
Yeah,
streets.
it-
Is that the skating streets?
What?
Yes,
Cool.
yes it is.
Streets.
Learn a new lingo on Joke's So Funny, the podcast. Diverse crowd of people here tonight.
That's right. Streets.
All right, now, Kendall, I'm gonna bring this to you now. Now,
Bring it to me.
I'm gonna bring it to you.
It was
bring it to me
seven.
now.
Yeah, bring it to you now.
Bring it to
I have
me.
no
He's
clue where I
gonna
was
bring
going with
it
that.
Bring it to me
I'm
now.
gonna
Go
bring it to you now.
now.
I'm gonna bring it to you. You gotta bring it back.
He's
It's
gonna bring
being
it to you.
brought,
You gotta bring it back.
and
Look,
I'm gonna
we're gonna bring it to you
redeliver it.
next week.
We are gonna bring it to you next week.
Schwans,
It's being
man.
brought.
And then you gotta bring it back.
Hit me.
We're going door to door asking if you want some delicious frozen Schwans food products.
They're gonna bring it to me.
We're gonna bring you that
Next
frozen
Next
pies.
week.
But they're not coming to this pool house door
Nope.
because they got nothing to do with this fucking podcast.
And you know what?
Delivers to everyone else.
On that note, I think
Broke one.
I think we should. I think this would be a great idea.
Yeah, I think we're done.
I think we're done.
I think we're
I
done.
think
we're
we're
done.
tied up. That's it.